Hey guys, so today we have another rare and limited edition video. This one is part 3 of the Hellcat models. I started this series a while ago, so I've done part 1 and part 2 already. I believe it was last year, so make sure to check that out in the top right corner or the description if you want to see more. If I miss anything between part 1 and part 3, let me know and I can add it to the next one. Most of us know about the Hellcats with a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 engine with over 700 horsepower from the factory. This series is dedicated to looking at some lesser known variants that are out there. Some of them are from the factory from Dodge, and others are crazy and unique one-offs that have been built by Mopar enthusiasts. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and let's get into this. First off, just a quick overview of the Hellcat. In 2015, Chrysler unveiled their new high-performance Hemi engine, which they named the Hellcat, with a displacement of 6.2 liters with a 2.4 liter supercharger that makes 11.6 pounds of boost and a compression ratio of 9.5 to 1. That gave the Hellcat an output of 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque when it came out. It was also the most powerful production engine ever in a muscle car until Dodge would beat their own record with the 2018 SRT Demon. Dodge would improve the engine with the Redeye, first a 2019 Challenger and then a 2021 Charger, adding 90 horsepower and 57 pound-feet of torque, up to 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. First up we have the 2021 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. Durango fans had to wait a long time for this SUV to catch up to speed when compared to the Grand Cherokee, as they got the SRT 392 in 2018, and finally the Hellcat for 2021 models. Unlike the Trackhawk, Dodge chose to make just 2,000 units, and then added another 1,000 since it was so popular, so in total that's roughly 3,000. Pricing started at $82,995, but that would rise up quickly with options. The power output was 710 horsepower and 645 pound-feet of torque. Dodge added that extra 3 horsepower to give it the distinction of the most powerful SUV in the world over the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, which had 707 horsepower. The Durango Hellcat had a retuned transmission and suspension, 8,700 pound tow rating, and Dodge says it can do a 0 to 60 run in 3.5 seconds and the quarter mile in just 11.5 seconds, all with the ZF 8-speed automatic. SRT also says this SUV is ready for track use, as it has a unique cooling circuit for the Charger air coolers that keep air going into the engine cooler than 140 degrees. There's a redesigned front grille for the 2021 models, and there's a lower front fascia that hides a cold air scoop that pulls the air in. The X-pipe is 260mm larger than any other SRT vehicle. Dodge even deleted the fog lights for more airflow. Other improvements include a chin splitter, larger rear spoiler for 400% more downforce than before, and Hellcat badges. The interior of the Hellcat also gets some unique features like red gauges, heated and ventilated leather seats with suede inserts, and the Hellcat logo embossed in the seat backs. Shifting back to the outside, there are some newly tuned shocks and stiffer top damper mounts, and that results in less roll, less understeer, and better rebound control. The brakes are massive, 15.75-inch rotors with 6-piston Brembo calipers up front, and 4 pistons in the rear with 13.8-inch rotors. And finally, the wheels are 20 by 10 inches, wrapped in 295/45 R20 tires. Building off the Hellcat is a one-off version that was a teaser before the Durango Hellcat was even released. That would be a Durango Hellcat Redeye that Dodge called the Speed Trap. This was built for the 2019 One Lap of America, which is a motorsports event in the US that's held annually since 1984. It's meant to be a race across the country, but speed limits are respected, and the races actually occur at different racetracks. The field is divided into classes based on things like price and number of doors. The competitors can make any modifications they want to their vehicle, as long as it remains street legal, and they must run the whole event on one set of tires. The longest event was 10,000 miles in 10 days, while shorter ones would be 3,000 miles in 6 days. So for the 2019 One Lap of America, Dodge built this custom Durango with a 6.2 liter high output supercharged V8 found under the hood, taken of course from the Hellcat Redeye. That means 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque coming from this beast. This car is also decked out in police trim, hence the name Speed Trap. Dodge has added many upgrades like a free-flowing catback exhaust, Cook's long tube headers, high-flowing catalytic converters, Bilstein ADS shocks, and Mopar Performance lowering springs, and overall the ride height is reduced by 15mm. The wheels are 20 by 11 inches with 305/35 R20 per LEP0 tires, and beneath them are the same huge brakes that are found on the Durango Hellcat. The Speed Trap also loses the second and third row seats, replaced with a 4-point roll bar and a 5-point driver safety harness. Of course, less weight back there also definitely helps for this event. Unfortunately, the performance numbers were never released, and we don't have a comparison for the SUVs as there was never a Redeye built in any form for either the Grand Cherokee, Durango, or Ram 1500 TRX. It was made clear that this was a one-off, but was indeed a sign of things to come for the Dodge Durango, and in any case it's an awesome vehicle to see and looks very fast at the drag strip. I'll combine the next two here, and those would be some variants of the Ram 1500 TRX. The TRX was released as a 2021 model and created a buzz thanks to the 6.2-liter Hellcat Hemi under the hood of a production pickup truck for the first time, and it has 702 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque in this application. The truck has been able to hit 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds and a quarter mile in 12.3 seconds according to Car and Driver, also making it the quickest pickup ever tested. The TRX did get a launch edition limited to just 702 units in the Anvil Grey color, which I covered in a previous episode. In late 2021, another limited version was announced, this time the 2022 TRX Ignition Edition, finished in an incredible ignition orange color that really pops and makes this truck look incredible. The truck was also quite limited, with just 975 produced in total, 875 for the US and another 100 for Canada. At the time, the MSRP was $91,585 plus a $1,695 destination charge in the US, and an even bigger price tag of over $125,000 plus $3,000 destination for Canadian buyers. These are very coveted though, as recently one went to the Mecum auction in Glendale in March 2022, and it sold for a whopping $143,000 US. Other than the paint, you get the TR Level 2 equipment group with new 18-inch machine face black wheels, exterior graphics, cargo tie-downs, spray and bed liner, and a Mopar bed step. Inside it's almost the same as the other TRXs, but there's copperhead orange stitching and embroidered TRX logos on the seatbacks, an orange center console badge, copper carbon fiber accent package, slush mats with orange Ram logos, and special orange tweeters. Recently, just this past June, the TRX came back again with another limited edition, this time the Sandblast version. The paint color on this one is called Mojave Sand, and this one is supposed to be limited to around 1,000 units for the US. Thanks to the current market conditions and inflation, this time around the Sandblast edition is $98,285 US plus $1,795 destination, which was already $6,700 more than the Ignition edition, but dealer markups will probably carry it much higher. This also has a level 2 equipment group, unique 18-inch all-black beadlock wheels, dual pane panoramic sunroof, and the other features from the Ignition edition. Inside there's a light frost accent stitching, an embroidered TRX seatback logo, unique carbon fiber accents, a leather and carbon fiber flat bottom steering wheel, unique center console badge, heads-up display, and a driver's screen that features the TRX in Mojave Sand. Now we'll move on to check out some custom one-off builds that picked up my attention and are so cool and worthy of being shown off. Obviously they're not from the factory or made by Dodge, but still they feature the mighty Hellcat engines under the hood. First up is an incredible 1978 Dodge D300 Adventurer Prospector Edition Club Cab Dually, and this one was actually available for auction at the Mecum Dallas show in September 2021. The truck sold for $49,500 US, which seems like a really decent value. The people responsible for this is the House of Mouse racing team in Macedonia, Ohio, who built the truck in 2020. The truck started out with a 7.2-liter or 440 cubic inch V8, and then it got Hellcat swapped, of course, with the 6.2-liter Hellcat V8. The stock 727 TorqueFlite 3-speed automatic transmission has been swapped out for a custom-built Gearstar 4L85E automatic transmission with CompuShift controller. It also has a multi-stage clutch converter and a Dana 70 posi traction rear end with 4.11 gears. It does use the original Arizona D300 body and chassis, wrapped in diamond crystal white pearl with a wide anodized blue pearl stripe that runs along the length of the car. Also, those fenders were custom made. The truck incorporated many pieces from a donor Hellcat to make things run right, like the radiator, hoses, air conditioning, intercooler parts, and the truck even uses Challenger Hellcat marker lights that are molded into the body. The truck also features a custom-built heavy-duty 4-link air ride suspension with Watts link. 20 by 8.5 inch Cali off-road chrome wheels were chosen with 275/50 ZR20 Nitto E-rated tires. Braking features included an electric master cylinder, integrated brake controller, and Willwood 6-piston calipers in the front. Towing features included gooseneck and Reese hitches, E-rated tires, slide-out towing mirrors, and auxiliary LED backup lights. Inside, the truck features Dakota digital gauges, a vintage air conditioning setup, and a touchscreen navigation system with a rear-facing camera, Bluetooth, and USB. House of Mouse Racing also installed modern leather bucket seats with seatbelts, a folding armrest that folds into the center seat, and a rear bench with 2 hidden compartments. And to further help modernize the interior, there are power windows, locks, mirrors, and remote entry. According to House of Mouse Racing, this custom truck can run the quarter mile in just 12.5 seconds, which would rival other stock Hellcat-powered SUVs like the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk and Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. It's also won several awards like the Best Dodge Truck Pick at the 2021 Good Guys Summit Racing and the Elite Club Award at the 2020 Carlisle Truck Nationals. Next is another one-off with a really great story behind it. What you're looking at is a 1948 Dodge Power Wagon school bus Hellcat that has been completely restored. These were the original 1-ton Dodge Power Wagons, also called the flat fender due to its fender shape. This was a heavy-duty 4x4 truck that was based on the Dodge Military WC series that was used during World War II, and after the war it found some uses for civilians, including as a rural area school bus. This one is obviously no ordinary bus, as it features a regular Hellcat engine mated to a Chrysler 4.6RH automatic transmission with overdrive. To add more power and sound, the bus also has ceramic headers and 3-inch stainless steel exhaust. Other features included an NP208 transfer case, 4.3 axle ratio, power disc brakes, and close ratio power steering. So who would be wacky enough to build a Hellcat bus? Well, the man responsible here would be Alan van Evenhoven. Dodge Garage posted an article with some interviews that I'll post on screen that give some really great insight into why and how this was built. Alan talks about how his daughter was obsessed with Dodge school buses, but he found very few of them were built. He did find a guy who owned one and planned to make it into a motorhome. As Alan said, quote, "I wondered what he did with it, so I tracked him down. He claimed he was going to restore it someday, but I pressed, 'Are you really going to restore it?' He agreed he wasn't and sold it to me," end quote. So that's how Alan got the bus. Now, it was in worse shape than he expected, so it sat in his shed for years as he regretted his purchase. Alan ended up going to the 2018 Performance Racing Industry Show, where he landed KBS Coatings as a sponsor. They wanted him to get the bus ready for the 2019 SEMA show in just 10 months, where it would be their centerpiece. And Alan decided to take on the project. He did most of the welding and body and built the transmission. SWG Motorsports in Milwaukee helped with the engine. Not only was the bus completed on time, but it won many awards and toured around the US in 2019. And it even found its way into the independent movie Mayberry Man, which was released in 2021. Now, unfortunately, Alan chose to sell his one-off Hellcat, citing that he has more fun building the vehicles than having them. He also built his daughter a smaller version of the bus to keep her happy, since she was very disappointed that he was selling it. At the Mecum Indy event in 2021, his Hellcat bus ended up selling for a whopping $60,500 US, ending Alan's and this incredible Hellcat story. So if you're still watching, you've reached the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at some of these rare and custom Hellcats. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comment section below, and also if you want to see a part 4. As always, thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content, and I'll see you all in the next video.